Welcome to Time Frame Thursday. Today's quote comes from Rita Mae Brown, who said, "A deadline is negative inspiration. Still, it's better than no inspiration at all." I don't know that I agree with that entire quote, but I certainly agree with the last half of it. My name is Christopher Diarmani. Welcome. And I empower nonfiction authors, possibly an author just like you, so you can turn that dream you have of writing a book into your published reality. Because isn't that the whole point of the dream, to turn it into reality? Of course it is. So we're going to chat about a little bit about that today. So I chose this quote, of course, not because I agree with the first half of it, because I don't. I don't think a deadline is a negative inspiration at all. But I chose it because I do know some authors who believe it is. And I'm hoping that perhaps one or more of them will watch this video and perhaps come to see the light. That would be awesome, right? But they hate deadlines. They think that they're evil, horrible, the worst thing ever. Of course, I don't understand that mindset because for me, solely for me, I think the deadline, well, I know the deadline is one of the most powerful tools that I have in my entire writer's toolkit. I really do. It forces me into action, and that's the whole point. It forces me to get things done. You know, a deadline, of course, is one of the most powerful allies I possess. It's also one of those things that I'm incredibly grateful for. Because if it wasn't for deadlines, there are so many things I would simply never do. My bet is that's probably true for you as well. At its core, the deadline is a specific time frame to accomplish a specific task. That's it. It's nothing demonic. It's a very simple framework to put around something. It's just a little place where a fence that we put around, a fence of time that we put around a specific thing that we want to get done. And in that respect, it's the scribe's very best friend. It truly is. Whoops, wrong way. But of course, I'm assuming that the scribe in question wants to write and publish a book. Maybe that scribe doesn't, and that's okay. But for those of us who do, deadlines are a really powerful tool. Embrace your deadline and use it to empower you, and use them at every opportunity. I use them for everything. When I'm writing the scripts for these videos, for example, I use a deadline, a 15-minute deadline to write the first draft of the script. I do another 15-minute deadline to get that script transferred into the PowerPoint presentation and get the presentation fleshed out. Very small, very simple deadlines, but they force these things to get done really, really quickly. And that's the whole point. It forces us to do more in less time. Last Thursday, I shared an exercise with a very simple system for how you can do exactly what I do and see if it doesn't work in your life. It'll force you to accomplish more in less time, and it'll force you to do way more than you think you're capable of. It will kick you out of your comfort zone and into that place where you can actually accomplish really great things. And you can't do that in your comfort zone. The comfort zone is a place where all of your dreams, all of those visions, all those dreams, all those, not dreams, the really great goals you have for your life, the things you want to attain, the things that are going to make you happiest, they don't happen inside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is well, it's comfortable. Beer's cold, TV's on, pizza's on the table. Whatever you want to keep you comfortable is there. And that's actually a prison. It truly is. So force yourself out of your comfort zone in as many ways as you can, in as many areas of your life as you can, because that's where all the true growth really takes place. We are all, you, me, the author next door, we are all capable of far more than we think we are. So much more. And as I said, this is not a fundamental truth that's limited to writing. This is your entire life. From one side to the other, from the top to the bottom. It's, what did I put in the notes here? This is a lifelong and a life-wide truth. It really is. So the proof, of course, exists in last week's exercise. Go back, if you haven't done it already, go back and watch that video and then do the exercise. Take the 60 minutes and prove to yourself that you too can push yourself out of your comfort zone and do far more than you thought was possible. Because you can. You absolutely can. Don't just read it. Like, I encourage you to go and watch it. But I don't want you just to watch the video or read the text and then walk away. You have to do it. There's no possibility of growth if you don't. There's no possibility of kicking the doors of possibility open for you if you don't. Action is required to open those doors. There's no other way to do it. Do the exercise. Take the 60 minutes. Prove to yourself that you can do this. Prove to yourself that a deadline will, as it does for me, spur you on to doing way more than you think you can. Will the draft be perfect? Heck no. Of course it won't be. Especially not at the very beginning. But the more you do this, the more you force yourself into this really tiny creative space, the more powerful, the more excellent your writing will become, because you're forcing it to be that way. When you only allow yourself a limited amount of time to do something, you will find the way to make it done. On the film set, we had a saying. It was, the filming will expand to fill the time allotted. So whether we had one scene to film in a 12-hour day or 10 scenes to film in a 12-hour day, it was still a 12-hour day. It didn't matter that work could have been done on that one scene day in 3 hours and we could all go home. No, of course not. Things will go on, and that's the same that's true with your writing. You will find excuses if there's no deadline. You will find ways to fill up the space that you've set aside for something if you don't put a hard deadline on it. It's truth. It'll forever approach how you approach your writing sessions as well. This will fundamentally change how you approach writing. Put a fence around it, put a deadline on it, put a clock on it, and see if it doesn't spur you on to action too. So with that, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you would share in the comments if something jumped out at you. And please, as I ask regularly, connect with me on LinkedIn. I would love to connect with you there. Sign up to my Facebook page, my Twitter, YouTube, all that kind of stuff, and all my accounts can be found at sleekbio.com/Christopher. One simple place to find it all, plus a goodie or two that may or may not interest you. Anything that inspires you, motivates you into action is a really good thing. And as I've flogged a dead horse to death already, I'm going to flog it one more time. Put deadlines to work for you. Just do it. And with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.